Well, it's time to check in with our road warrior, Scott Harrison. Civil engineers have wanted to connect Powers to I-25 on both ends, north and south, for a long time. Connecting the north end and Northgate nearly finished, but now the focus turns to how to connect Powers to I-25 on the south side of town. KRDO 13, Scott Harrison, our road warrior, again with us with new details on those plans. And Scott, this is quickly turning into one of the highest priority transportation projects in the region, but it's going to take some time.
It definitely is, Josh, and that's an understatement. But I'm going to throw this in real quick. I'm going to start hanging out on this corner a little bit more often because all morning long we've had people wave at us and stick their thumbs up at us and say, "Go Road Warrior." So we definitely have hit on something here. So this is the intersection of Mesa Ridge and Powers Boulevard. What we're showing you there in the background is that's where Powers dumps out here onto Mesa Ridge Parkway. This is where South Powers ends. The long-discussed plan is to extend Powers south around Fountain to I-25. The North Powers connection, we all know about that one, is costing more than $70 million. The price tag for extending South Powers hasn't been determined yet. One of the two proposed connections to I-25 for South Powers Boulevard is just south of the Pikes Peak International Raceway. The other site is slightly north, near the Ray-Nixon power plant. They're considered the most viable locations, according to a consultant study.
There's a lot of things that went into it. Current development, future development, impacts to property owners. There are impacts, but we tried to minimize that as much as possible.
County engineer Josh Palmer says that work on the project could start as soon as 2029, but not be completed until 2044 at the earliest. But he says that the long timetable doesn't reduce the project's importance to the Pikes Peak region.
We really do lack some redundant options for mobility across the county, north, south, and east, west. Really, it's I-25 and Powers are the two biggest ones right now. So extending Powers to the north and to the south is a high priority to support the development that we do see coming.
The project will be financed by a combination of federal, state, and local funds. It's expected to come before the County Planning Commission later this year. And as we told you last week, the county is in the second week of a 3-week public comment period on the South Powers extension. So if you want to comment, you'll find a link that will send you there and tell you how to do it on our web story right now at krdo.com. We are live at the south end of Powers Boulevard in El Paso County. I'm Scott Harrison, the road warrior for KRDO 13.
So brave out there with the Scott, our road warrior, Scott Harrison. Hey, do you know something in your neck of the woods of which Scott should be all over, trying to help you with your commute, learning more about the infrastructure, what needs to be done? Hey, send us your traffic and road news tips, road warrior at krdo.com.